Oh, so it isn't. Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing today? I'll give everything a minute, to kind of hang out and chill. But welcome to the second live stream for Life Collected. Well, really, for the House of I and we, for sure. And today we'll be making another pillow, and then what I'm going to be showing is actually how I make the actual pattern for that pillow. And so I have some paper here that I will be using to actually make a pattern for this, so I can have a real product that I can kind of repeat and make over and over again. And then I have some cool little fabrics. This way. Some neat little fabric that I'm going to open up, and this will be the back of one of the pillows. I got them at Joann's the other day. This is in their remnants. See, it's if you ever buy anything from them, they have little remnants, and it's much cheaper. They had a 75% off sale. So it's I can end up getting some nice fabric. I mean, look at that one. Just a nice blue gingham is what something like this is called. And that would be more like a tartan. And then, of course, I had to get the rainbow. My light fell. 1 second. There you go. That's better. Yeah, the entire light fell over. It's man, this room is going to take me a while to get set up. If you notice, I'm backwards as I was yesterday, or 2 weeks ago now, because I fully had COVID. So it's yeah, that's not great. Also, just realized that this is not going to record, so that's interesting to find out. But, a lot of this month is all about practice. This is the other one. Isn't that cute? This one I might do something special with and, do it as a, on an angle or something like that, have more fun with that one. And these are all 100% cottons as well. In the future, I want to be using only American-made fabric, but for now, I figured it's good to get some of these remnants and use that stuff up, That's just trash for now, right? Hey, let me do something real fast. All right, there we go. Perfect. I was trying to see myself in my own chat here, make sure that I can. There we go. Oh, I definitely got to mute myself though. Cool. So that way I can check to see if I get any chats or anything. See if I can chat. Ooh, it's going to say that name, huh? Let's see. Can I switch accounts? No, I cannot. All right. Well, for now, we'll use that one. We'll use that account for now, then. Yeah, I mean, we'll use that account for now because it's all right, so it did show up. Good. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to check. You know what I mean? See if it's actually working. I'm going to have to move my camera, too. So you guys can get a better angle. Let's move this whole thing up 3 inches. And then do that. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. Because, ultimately, I can get down here a little bit easier. Because, That's obviously the work surface that we're going to be using. So, now it's been 5 minutes. I want to do a little review. This is what I made last time. And when I made this one, what it is I took a t-shirt, which was, very similar to this. It's a real t-shirt, cut it up, and turned it into a pillow. And this will be the first product available from the House of Improvements, which is my home goods / fashion company, right? Because you can't just do fashion nowadays. You got to do everything. So this is my little company. It's my first product that I'll be releasing. The idea is there will be 2 ways of doing it. You can send me your shirt, or you can buy one of my pre-made ones. I have lots of shirts. I have anything that Funko has come out with in a while, I have probably at least one of, so this will be my first product. And then you can choose the back. You can just message me, or I'll have some options of what you can choose for the back. Otherwise, you can honestly send me fabric. I mean, that's going to be, I'll eventually be making a Patreon by March or so. Is kind of the plan is to get the Big Cartel and the Patreon running by March. This month was kind of like a test month. Whoa. There we go. My focus went crazy there for a second. But yeah, so what I was saying is by March, I'll have a Patreon and everything going. And the idea would be one of my plans, my middle plan is going to be about $35 to $50 a month. I haven't figured out the amount yet. And it will literally be send me a shirt and I'll send you back a thing every single month. And then we'll do other products eventually too, I want to do quilts and I want to do wall hangings, anything I can do that can take something that, would have ended up in a landfill or would have ended up in the bottom of your closet and turn it into something, maybe it was a memory. Maybe it's a clothes from a long time ago that you can't fit anymore. Turn it into something that, there you go. Turn it into something that, you can actually keep and treasure, And these are really easy to clean. Literally, bloop, bam. Bam. So this is working on an envelope system. And so what it is the back of it has 2 pieces that overlap each other. I can do zippers. If someone really wants a zipper one, I could do a zipper one, but I prefer this because it's so much easier to take on and off. And then the one that I'm using does have a zipper in it. So if you like this style, then that will be available. Otherwise, what will be available is you could just tell me the measurements and then I'll make one for that. Why is it refocusing constantly? That's very weird. Where's the other one? Okay, there's. Cool. All right. So now that I know this won't record, because I didn't actually understand that. When I did the last one, I looked for it later and I was like, oh, this is not recording. And then I had COVID for 2 weeks. So I was like, you either see these live streams or you'll never see them, Oh, well. So what it is we have this thing. It is 14 by 14 inches. And, eventually, as I said, it will make this guy. But I want to make this repeatable over and over and over and easy for me. And so what we have here, this is called Oak Tag. It's if you ever had a manila envelope in your life, then you've seen it. And you know what it is. It's, it's exactly the same as a manila envelope. It's laminated paper. Why is it constantly refocusing? What is going on? Anytime I look at it, it's refocusing. That's so weird. I think I have to switch cameras completely or something. As I said, the next couple of months will be definitely a trial and error of me just trying to figure this live stream out, because this is what I'm going to be doing 2 times a week, every week from now on. So it's I got to get good at it, right? So anyways, as I was saying, this is my little pillow, and we're going to make the pattern for it here today. And then make cut one out for this shirt, which, as you can see, is a little more rectangular. And so I wanted to show kind of what I would do for a little bit more of a rectangular design. Otherwise I have other shirts. I could switch to something different if I really wanted. Anyways, let's get started. So, first thing you want to do, you get a little ruler out here, and then you want to measure that. Now, I already know, as I said already, this is supposed to be 14 inches. Now, fun fact, if you actually look at the pillow, you'll get, if you look at it, it actually looks like more like 13. And it's because it's a 3D object, right? And so when you're trying to measure a object that has roundness to it while measuring straight across, it's not going to work very well. So I know this is already 14 inches because that's literally what it says on the bag, right? When I bought it, it's a 14-inch pillow. So I'm like, I know what it is. So I don't have to worry necessarily about measuring it. But we will measure the pattern. This is an L square. It gives you, a 90-degree angle all the time. And so it's very helpful for when you're making a pattern. Now, I wish it was on the inside and outside, which you can see this side has it on both, and this side has it on one. And it's like, okay, well, the other one is like in centimeters, and so it's not really going to help me as much. So we'll use it the way that I like it. All right. Now, where did my pencil go? Aha, there it is. Uno momento. All right. I need a pencil. Now, coincidentally, this happens to be a 14-inch ruler, and I happen to need 14 inches. But there's a concept that we got to talk about, and that is seam allowance. Now, this thing is 14 inches. So what happens is if I sewed it to 14 inches, when I finish sewing it, I really got to fix this. This is going to be very annoying to me. Yeah, I mean, it's constantly refreshing. That's so fucking annoying. How about if I do that? Get it completely out of the sun there. Because I have a giant window that's right there. And so I think that's what's doing it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So, as I was saying, this is 14 inches. You need to add to that. If you don't, then, well, you're not going to, you're going to sew it. It will be less than 14 inches. So, what I'm going to do is, leave a little mark there. And conveniently, this one is 24, the long one. So I can actually go to 14 and 1, 2, 3. So we're going to do 3/8. If you look at this ruler, it's broken up into 8s. See the ruler? It's broken up into 8s. And so I can do that for sure. And then this one, I just got to move it over an inch. And there we go. Now I can get that going. And really what we got to do then is flip this little guy over. And do another. Which, of course, the nice thing is all these lines will be straight because you're literally doing them all based on a 90-degree angle. So I know all my lines will end up very straight. Unlike me. So, whoops. Now we have our little rectangle. Perfect square is what it is. All right, and so now we have our little perfect square. And then what I want to do is actually label it. Because before you cut something out, it's always highly recommended that you label. Labeling is very important in any kind of pattern making because as soon as you cut this shit out, you're never going to see it. Like I have so many patterns that I've cut out, and then like a week later, be like, is this a size 6 or a size 4? I don't know. So labeling is very important. So let's label it. House of Improvements, the name of the company. And then you want you basically want the name of like whoever made it, or in this case, the name of the company. Then you want the pattern name itself. This is going to be 14-inch pillow cover. Then you want how many and how you cut it out. So we're going to cut out one of these in a fashion fabric. Now, as you noticed, one of these, but this one is a different measurement. See, it only goes from here to here. So it goes like halfway, a little past halfway. So we're going to need a separate pattern for that. You can't just have one pattern and be like, oh, I've done it. No. You got to have better patterns each time, different things. So what we're going to do is, because I like saving paper and saving space and saving all that, the nice thing is we already have this one drawn. So let's see if we get it just like this. That'll be good. So I can go on that line that I already have. Unfortunately, I cut it a little too much off to the side, and so I'm actually not going to be able to do that. So what we'll do instead is figure it out. Ooh, actually, you know what? This doesn't need to be as long. So half of 14 is 7. And then we want to do 3 inches more. 1, 2, 3. So that's 10 3/8. Okay. Ten 3/8. Do it one more time. Make sure, of course, to keep everything square. Okay. Now, do I actually have an eraser around here? Where's my eraser? I moved the whole table around like right before I started. And so now a bunch of things are like on the floor where they shouldn't be. Yeah, that is weird. I don't know where it's going to be. Oh, well. Not that important. So, before we go, we have to, again, label it. House of Improvements. And this is the 14-inch pillow cover. And this is the back. And actually, I forgot to put it on the first one on pillow cover. I should have put front. See, even I make mistakes. So, and then on the top one, we're still going to need to put, this time, 2. Cut 2 of these in any cotton fabric. On this bottom one, I put a slash t-shirt, just in case, if I'm ever thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, this is my t-shirt one. So now, Let's see if we can get that in focus. It's going to be hard to get that in focus because it's a small little like line right there. Yeah, see, there's like a line and everything. But now we have my two little patterns, and now I'm going to cut them out. And what I need for that is scissors. I can put my little pattern weights back up too. I'll use all these other pieces later in smaller projects. But for now, let's just toss them, you know? As I said before, I had COVID for 2 weeks, so if my voice sounds weird or goes out halfway during this, you'll know why. Because I've forgotten to get a drink before this. It's like this is my second live stream or something. I don't know. Right? Of course, when you're dividing these two, that's like the most important one, right? If you cut anything wrong, then you're going to screw up both your patterns. So sometimes people will tell you not to do that. Yeah, I cut and sew for a living, so at a certain point, it's like, I got good enough that I can do it. But if you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't, right? You can always take your time, always go as slow as you like. You know, I'm doing this for money and for a career, but you don't have to, right? You can do this as leisure activity or just enjoy watching me. I don't speak Russian of any kind. So whatever Russian bot that is the same guy from last time? Weird. Because I mean, I don't quite understand necessarily. Yeah, well, that took a long time. It took a minute for that to show up. Very interesting. This YouTube thing is really quite interesting. Like half of this is just me learning all of the weird intricacies to it all. So now we have our back pattern, which is 10 and 3/8 by 14 and 3/8. Cut that too small. Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be good. We'll make it work. And then other pattern, 14 by 14 plus seam allowance. Which I was just thinking I might have only added seam allowance to one side. But you know, we're gonna make it work. Because these things are actually kind of squishy. And so it being a little tighter is not going to be the end of the world. But we'll do a test. That's always the best thing is you make a pattern and then you test it. Because little things like that I always screw up. I always don't always know. Yeah, but we'll give it a try. So we have our shirt. And let's go ahead. Like all these Funko shirts, they don't really have side seams. So we just kind of cut up the side. Because this was in a bag its whole life, right? It's actually pretty easy to cut and pretty easy to do anything with. And then we definitely want to cut these sleeves off. We don't need that. Let's get you out of the way. don't currently use the back of them. I could if I wanted. But it doesn't produce enough fabric. Unless it was like a 2XL or something really big. But these are all just regular XLs or larges. A lot of them are. So, now we have this shirt, which just now not a shirt no more, right? It's not a shirt. It's now just a piece of fabric. And so what we want to do is take that beautiful design that Funko spent so much time and effort on and try to get it as in the center as possible. Now, I've been pretty lucky so far in that I've been picking designs that I kind of knew would fit or, you know, be close to fit. And the reason why is because when you go to like a company and you get a design like this from Funko or something like that, they're going to do what everyone else is doing. So there's a certain level of standardization in the machines and everything like that. And so therefore it's not too hard for me to actually like know that whatever design you send me, your t-shirt, like this one or something like that, see, it's also going to be within that border. Like everything, pretty much all t-shirts, all things will most likely be within the border. And if they're not, then we definitely can talk about like how far down we go, how high up we go. Like this one, we'll lose like 2 stars, all right? And it's like, that's fine. We can lose 2 stars. Now, I do want to make sure I am centered. So this whole thing is 18.5 inches. Half of 18 is going to be 9. Half of a half is a quarter, right? So therefore we need to be there. Now what I forgot to do was actually I can get a center point going for this thing. So half of 14 is 7. Half of 3 is technically 1.5, but we'll just do 1. So if I match up these two things, which is my center point with my center of the actual shirt here, I can get something that is in the center. So now we know our design is in the center. These are pattern weights. They're pretty common. You can get them at Joann's and stuff. I'm going to get some more fancy ones here soon, you know, but, you know, for now, in a live stream with just me in it, right, I can use my own pattern weights. Now, you can't use this to mark. What you got to do instead, ooh, actually, I just got some new ones in. This is what I'll be using. Yeah, you can't see that, but yeah. It's white tailor's chalk is what it is. It's funny how a bot was able to find me, but no one else can. Huh? Now, the nice thing about this chalk, nice thing about this stuff, is that this is actually heat sensitive. So if I ended up not liking, because what's going to happen is I'm going to take this off and I'm going to look at my pattern and what I've done, right? The box, you can kind of see it there. It's like a faint outline to you guys, but it's, you know, quite bold to me. I could see it here in real life pretty easily, especially on a black shirt like this, right? So now we can go ahead and cut her out. Because I like the placement. I like how it looks. Yeah. It actually might be a little crooked, but that's okay. There's actually a pretty easy way to fix that too. Figure out what our bottom center is, right? So the bottom is 22.5. Half of 22.5 is, actually, you know what? I haven't done this part yet. So half of 22 is 11. And then I said at a half, so we'll go a quarter. So that's it there. So that and that is now the bottom. And then let's find out the top again. So this one should be square. Oh yeah, much better. So you can see on there now, I have two different little lines, and I've kind of corrected my thing. And as I said, it's heat sensitive. So as soon as I wash it or any kind of press it or anything, then it will go away. Of course, the hard part is remembering which one was the right line, right? In the future, what I plan on doing is then 3-threading all of this so it stays permanently. But this is a knit, so it actually won't be a problem either way. But there you go. Now we have our perfect little block. Nice and centered and everything. So let's put that off to the side. And then we're going to figure out what we want for the back. Now, I'm thinking this guy. Being as I don't see anyone else in here, we'll just use this one. This says it's actually like 1 yard of fabric, so that's actually pretty good. Throw. Back to your pile you go. So. All right. Okay. So one thing that we could talk about today is green line. So if you look, this pattern is exactly the same this way as it is this way. And so how I tell what up and down is this is a white thing. This is your actual like left and right. So if I get the whole thing going this way, then I know it is left and right. Granted, for some things it matters, for some things it doesn't. For this particular application, it really wouldn't matter that much. But it's still good to do it. Again, put your pattern weights down. Make sure, it's nice and steady. Now, this thing, let's see if the white, not really going to show up too well. And so I do have other colors. Let's try the blue. Yeah, the blue showing up. Now, remember, we do need to cut 2 of these, whereas the front, we only need to cut 1. Let's try a better pair of shoes. When you're cutting, try not to go too far over, because now I can still use the rest of this and not have a problem. Otherwise, I'll encounter a problem, because you end up cutting something and then later on now you have like a random hole in your fabric and it's really annoying. It's happened to me too many times, so now I'm better at it. Eventually, you stop screwing up, or you just screw up so badly that you stop. So now we have a glorious yard minus 14 inches by 10 inches. So we still have a beautiful yard of fabric that I can make other things for. So if you like that fabric, feel free to hit me up. Again, in the future, all of this will eventually be 3-threaded so that it looks really nice and professional. But for now, we are just going to go and sew this. Yeah, sew it like that. It will be good. All right. Let's go on a little trip. Ooh, actually, first, before I wanted to do that, I wanted to do this. I picked these up at clearance for $2 and $3. So let's go ahead and open them up. This is Mystery Minis World's Smallest. So like little tiny games and little tiny things, and I figured, break up the monotony of my stream by having some mystery goods in it. As you can see, my channel has a lot of it on there, and so I definitely I'll be doing some kind of like, live streaming, unboxing stuff every once in a while too. Oh, and what I got was a lava lamp. That's cool. Little lava lamp. All kinds of random things I could have gotten. And I mean literally tons of random things I could have gotten. And this is double-sided. So, 1,000 million things, and I got a lava lamp. Cool. And then this one, it says it's supposed to be Bumblebee or some kind of a transformer. The transformer that I got is what a weird have to figure this little guy out later, huh? He's all kinds of backwards. Maybe that is how his feet go. I don't know. Very strange. But what I got was a little shockwave. Oh, okay. I must have twisted a bunch. Yeah, I'll look into that later. So let's go sew this. That was just like a little break, you know, as we get into the 40-minute mark there. Let's go on an adventure. So right now I have my sewing machine in a different room than the rest of than the other thing. Eventually I'm going to all have it in one room. I've just been really, really bad with that. Oh yeah, I'm going to try putting it here. Hey, that's not too bad. A lot better than last time. So this is an electronic machine. So now it's on. And, you know, there's no noise or anything like that. Is that going to be too bright? Yeah, it's going to be too bright for you guys, huh? Yeah, you can see that way better. Okay, so I still have the thread from last time in here. And so the thread is the top of it is going to be red, and the bottom is going to be blue metallic. You know, for now, I'm just kind of using up thread that I have and everything that I have, because this is more like a test stream, right? It's just kind of like me figuring stuff out. So for now, you know, if I turn that light on behind me, let's find out if that works or not. Huh? Is that better? I think it might be. I have like a glow to me now. Ooh, aren't I fancy? Aren't I fancy? So this one, if you can see the back of it, is actually like a cotton fleece. So this will be like a very warm pillow. I wanted to make sure the back is always cotton. That way you can sleep on these ones, you know, and be really comfortable. So what we're going to do is fold over a little bit. I do this at my work like all the time, so I've actually got pretty good at it. Now, the really convenient thing about gingham is if I cut it straight, it should just follow the same line. Always make sure you backstitched it. There we go. And then where did I put my scissors? Haha. Scissors. These are just like little thread snips. And so the line underneath is red. The line on the top is blue metallic. You know, I just kind of want to do like a red, white, and blue theme right now. You know, America, right? On to the next one. On to the next one. Sorry if my live stream ever gets quiet or anything. Granted, there's no one here to watch this, but eventually, hopefully, there are people to watch it. And I feel sorry for those people if I can't get to them quick enough. But you know, I'm gonna try my hardest to give you guys a good experience. So now we have 2 of these. We will then put one on top of the other. And then you got your envelope. And then we got to put that on the other fabric and then come back and sew it. So let's see. You know what? Let me be right back. I'll bring the fabric to you. Give me like 30 seconds. All right. My new pins that I just got, aren't they cute? Yeah. So, how we'll do this is you get your front fabric. Get that front fabric. Then lay one piece on top of it with that edge that I sewed towards the center, towards the middle. And then pin it. Just like I got these little pins out here. Make sure to line my little corners up. And then I just like doing one pin in the middle. Because I'm a literal pro at this, so I've done it enough times, I only need one pin. For you, feel free to use as many pins as you want. There's no shame in using a lot of pins. And don't ever let anyone shame you otherwise. Okay, cuties? Boom. Pinned. I also want to do one on each side. Boom. Pinned. Boom. Pinned. I was trying to turn it on again. I was like, wait a second. It's already on. Always make sure to backstitch. And being as we are dealing with a stretchy fabric, you might end up getting a little bit of stretch in there. And that's not the end of the world. It's okay. I want to do the sides first and then the center last. Hey, today's live stream will only be like an hour and a half, huh? All right, I'm doing good. Do not sew over pens. I don't care if your machine can do it or not. Don't do it. You can lose an eye doing that stuff. It's always worth it to take the pen out. Now, note something about me. I love a huge backstitch. It is ultimately time consuming to take these out, but I love a huge backstitch. I just love it. I mean, there are people at my work that will look at me like I'm a crazy person, and I'm like, I get it. You know, like, I get it. You don't need it, but I love a big backstitch. I love a big backstitch, and I cannot lie. My biggest reasoning for it, just in case you're curious, to the new one that's listening, is that what happens is that I can then clip these corners and not have to worry about, because if you did a very small backstitch and you clip a corner or something, you could end up like losing the whole thing, right? Whereas mine won't have that problem. I could clip the heck out of this thing and it wouldn't be a problem because I got so many extra stitches there. Cool. So now we have this all sewn up. And as you noticed, right sides are facing together. So now when you flip it inside out, right sides will be facing outwards. Isn't that fun how that works? So let's go on a trip because I got about 5 minutes left before my voice is going to die. COVID's a bitch. You can hear my voice too, like my nose and stuff. Drives me crazy. Look at my hair too. My hair's all frizzy. Look at my hair. All right, let's go put a pillow on this thing, yeah? And wrap this sucker up. Yalla, Habibi, let's go. As my father would say. Which is that sad that my parents aren't even watching? Or is that good? I don't know. Last time they told me to cuss less. And I was like, I don't know about all that. Alrighty. Let's get you back in your spot. I'll have to put an X down wherever I think you should go, you know? Let's also get this laptop plugged in. Make sure my laptop don't die on me either. So, now we have this, but it's still inside out. You know, not too hard. Turn that sucker inside in. Yeah, inside in, right? Outside in. That's the proper way of saying that. Outside in. I'm going to order food after this. Are y'all hungry? I'm going to order some food after this. What do y'all want, huh? Put in the chat what you want me to eat tonight. Maybe some of these nights, I definitely plan on doing some mukbangs as well, because I love me eating some food. I'm a big old Southern boy, and I love me some food. Now, a common misconception is that you do have to, like, clip and do all this kind of stuff. You actually don't really have to. Especially with my big old back stitches that I do. I really don't got to. So, If I press this out, I would actually get like a really, really good look on it. But it looks pretty good, right? Let's put a pillow in this sucker. And then we could put a pillow in this live stream. All right. Only one person actually ever entered my giveaway. So that one guy will be getting a pillow for free. So if you want to get a pillow for free, you can go onto my Instagram and message me. Yeah. And if I'm feeling in a good mood, then I'll just give you one. Or, if I have a giveaway going. Oh. It's inaccurate there, but that's fine. I didn't do enough of a seam allowance on that one. All right. Boom. Boom. There we go, baby. One pillow. Takes me about, like 20 minutes to make it? Now, this one has a slight error in it, but that's fine. It's okay. It's just a test pillow. There you go. Now you get yourself a new pillow. Nice and warm on the back. Nice and pretty, so you can kind of like have like a throw pillow. And you see you get all that Funko goodness. Isn't that cool? You get all this Funko goodness. But at the same time, you can get you whatever you want. You could send me someone who's deceased, someone that, a baby, whatever you want. And if it needs to be, I can pad it out. I can put extra fabric and things and sew it on. I'll make another pattern next week on that as well. And I actually have other surprises and secrets and things like that too. So, that's today's live stream. I don't know what else to do necessarily. And so what we're going to do is end it here. It's been an hour, 58 minutes right now. And if anyone would like, they can go onto my Instagram. That is Chris from Life Collected. And when you go to Chris from Life Collected on Instagram, follow, like, and subscribe me and all those things. And definitely follow and like this page. I will be working hard and, not hardly working. Huh? But I'll be working hard and making a company and doing all this. And I hope everyone can watch and enjoy and hope we make a community and a cool little thing. All right. I am Chris from Life Collected on Instagram. I'm Life Collected on YouTube. And thank you guys so much for being here. Even though there was no one here. But I enjoyed my own company. And I hope you enjoy my company. Thank you guys so much. In the future, I hope I have 1,000 million people watching. But if not, oh well. I'm doing this because I have pride in my work. And I want to show you that you can have pride in your work. And you can do something in your house. Make your own company. Do your own thing. Make your own pillows. Do your own, whatever you want. Life doesn't have to be what Funko wants or, whatever line is coming out or whatever thing is coming out. You can do it too. And that's what I want to show in this company, that, we all are different. We're all unique. And we all deserve to be unique and to be awesome. Love you guys. Bye, y'all. Look at my pillow. Next week, we'll figure out pricing for this. How much does this cost? You'll find out. And I think we'll actually have it recorded. Because these I don't think were recorded. Bye, y'all. Bye. Ooh, do I want to actually end it? Yes. Bye.